the film I'm getting ready to talk about right now is called Oppenheimer. Now, this is based on a 2005 biography called American Prometheus. And if you know anything about the story of Prometheus, you can understand why it's called the American Prometheus. Now, this is directed by Christopher Nolan. You know him, Batman, Interstellar, other great films. Now, this film is about Oppenheimer, and he's played by Cillian Murphy. Now, if you've seen the Batman stories and other films, you've seen Cillian Murphy in very small roles, not the star of those movies, but now he is. And somehow Christopher Nolan got this guy to act his best for this star role. Well, you know who Oppenheimer is. If you don't, see this film. You really got to see this film to understand who he is and how he helped develop the Manhattan Project during World War II, which developed the atomic bomb. Today, we have different type of bombs, hydrogen and atomic bombs and other things like that. I don't know all of them. Well, all I know is they are very important. That's why we're number one in the world. And we really need these bombs so people won't mess with us and so people won't bomb us and other countries won't invade us. This bomb is very important, but in my opinion, it's a horror too, because we can kill every human on this planet with these bombs. Might not be us, could be some other mad man who might try to do this. But anyway, this film, Oppenheimer, is one of the best I've ever seen this year. Now, I'm trying to think about last year, but this year, so far, this is the best film I've seen this year. Now, Christopher Nolan uses this technique where he jumps back and forth between color and black and white, the present and the past. And here you can understand the protagonist. You can understand Oppenheimer. You can understand where he was, where he's been, and how he conquered his fears. But not only that, how he made us, the United States, the greatest country in the world. Another thing I like about this film too, there's really no CGI in this film. And, other things like that. You have good acting in this film. Great acting. Then you got to understand that during World War II, we were racing to get the atomic bomb against Germany, because they really started around the same time, or maybe a few months before we did. What I mean is the United States. And then during that time, there was information that Russia started to develop their atomic bomb at that time. Remember, the United States, wanted the atomic bomb to end World War II. And remember, we was fighting two enemies, Japan and Germany. And we were killing a lot of young men, and those guys and girls were sacrificing themselves for democracy. Now, let me tell you about some of the great performances in this. First of all, Robert Downey Jr. He plays the Atomic Energy Commission, the head of it, Lewis Strauss. And this guy started off as a shoe salesman. I didn't know anything about him. I really didn't. Not only that, we got Matt Damon playing General Leslie Groves. This is some of his best work so far. And lately, Matt Damon has really been acting very well in the roles that they have had so far in the last couple of years. And this one is very good. You really love him in this one too. And there are other very, very good actors in this film. Remember, I'm talking about the males right now. Tony Goldwyn. You got him in this one. Wait till you see him. Casey Affleck, Gary Oldman, Rami Malek. That's right. Rami Malek is in this film also. Kenneth Branagh. And you got Matthew Modine, Jack Quaid, Josh Peck, Dan DeHaan, and you also got a guy in here. He hasn't been around in a while. Well, he has, but you really didn't see his films. They wasn't that great. You have Josh Hartnett. Now, as far as the females in this film, they have very small roles, even though they show up here and there in this film. You have the great Florence Pugh. I wanted to see more of her. Jean Tatlock. And you have Emily Blunt. She plays Catherine Kitty Oppenheimer. And, again, you wanted more of her. I did. I wanted to learn more of her story, but this is about her husband. But we do see a little bit about her life in this film. This film is rated up there with many other biographies and many other stories about real people, like Malcolm X and other films like that. Christopher Nolan is one of the best directors today. He is. He really is. I've enjoyed everything he's done so far. I really have. Question a couple of things, but I just love the style that he did it in. And if you get a chance, see it in IMAX, because it was created for IMAX, and also it was shot in IMAX. And man, you gotta see it in that. Now, this film is about 3 hours long, but it didn't feel like it to me because I enjoyed the performances. I enjoyed the storyline. And to me, it's almost a horror story, because the horror is the atomic bomb and the horror of we can get wiped out with just one or two of those bombs. That is horrible. But it is a story of joy, how we ended up winning the war against two enemies. And you will enjoy this film very much, but you gotta be very, very patient with it and listen with your ears and understand the characters in this film. 4 palm trees out of 4 for me, Al McGee, here at YE Ticket. One of the best films of the year, Oppenheimer. But go see it for yourself and let me know what you think about it. Leave a comment on my YouTube channel or on my website. But go see it for yourself. Hey, I'm Al McGee with YETicket.com. Thanks for watching my review.